Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches 4. Christina, Crystal, and I are working with this fun sketch from Crafty Templates. And I am doing some hand stitching, which I've already done. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut back this cut file. Now, this is something I do when I can't film or I'm in the middle of my day. So this is something I've been kind of working on lately. It's kind of been a thing. I actually created this layout back in September in the middle of the 15-minute crafty challenge hosted by Christina on the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. And so I stitched the background. I think I did 4 different colors of blue that I stitched. That took me, 4 different times to do it. I did a little bit and then played with the kids and then did the other color and all of that. And then when I went to back the cut file itself, it took me, I did it while I was watching the devastating Hurricane Dorian, and I want to say it took me over the course of the weekend, and it was the long weekend because it was Labor Day weekend. So yeah, it took me, a while to do that. But then to put the rest of the layout together came together very easily, which is why this is so slow. You're actually watching me scrap this in real time because once you back a cut file and do the stitching, especially on something like this, there's not a whole lot more that needs to be done. I did go ahead and decide to add a few little embellishments, but you're going to see I don't add a ton. This was something, this particular pattern paper, it's not pattern paper, it's cut file, but it was something sent to me by a friend, and she sent me a bunch of really cool ones that she sent me the actual 12 by 12 where she cut it out of with that shape along with the cut file. So this is the second time I've done it where I'm using both the actual 12 by 12 with the cut file on top of it, and I've just kind of snugly fit it in. And then what I do, and you don't see me do this, but off camera I just go ahead and find a piece of pattern paper that I'm never gonna miss. It's all good, scrap piece that probably would have gone in the trash anyways, and I use that to back it and stabilize it so that that middle heart doesn't fly and fall away anywhere. And then to add just a little bit, because it is cut up in that upper corner, kind of upper right corner there, which worked perfectly for my photos and everything to kind of snug in where I wanted them to be. I'm just going to add a little bit more at the bottom so that there's a bit of interest down there. And I know right off the bat, I want this layout to be called Brothers. So these are some of the very first photos of Jackson and Barrett together. And if you can't tell by Jackson's expression, he was in love the moment he saw him. He just thinks Barrett is the coolest thing. He's so good with babies. I remember him being really good with Nora too. But there is something about Barrett that he just adores about him, and he was so excited to hold him, and he was old enough that he got to hold him kind of by himself. We had pillows at first, especially with Barrett being so young and everything, but oh man, he was just so proud. And I've done my layout about Nora and Barrett kind of together, and Nora's reaction is a little bit different than Jackson's, and I finally am getting this one done, and I just love it. So I really did want to kind of mimic the really fun floral effect peeking out of the photos too. So I went and grabbed in my little collection of cut files that I have and used the ones that were already pre-cut. I found like that worked really, really well. And then hanging out on my desk were kind of these random scraps that you can see here. And I used those to place down at the bottom and have, the interest. And it brings in kind of the blue color that I use as the pop of colors in the heart. Everything else is kind of got black and a little bit of a wood grain tone to it. I had attempted to create this layout for a challenge back in September called the Black and White Challenge, where you basically did a black and white scrapbook page with just a hint of a color maybe here and there, your photo or something. Obviously I failed at that miserably because there's blue everywhere, but I did try it. And then I'm going to go ahead and look through my embellishing and see what I can find. I do not add a ton more to this, just a few little bits and pieces to kind of finish it off and make it done. But I really feel like the heart with the stitching and that cut file really kind of said enough for itself. However, because I'm adding that Brothers that is in a wood tone, kind of warmer color tone there, I am going to add these leaves as well that are in gold. So they're gold foil. They are from Pink Paisley. Oh, what was that really pretty line from last fall? The one that we all loved. I can't, Auburn Lane. I believe that's what that one is from. So I've kind of been hoarding them, but they work perfectly for that. And then I want to add a fun element to this layout too, because it's about them being brothers and they are boys. They don't need it to be, you know, a pretty layout. And so I came up with a few different tries. You can see I tried to use those two little boys there. That is going to get replaced. I liked it, but it wasn't really what I wanted it to say. So I changed it, and I believe I added a robot to it. It'll come up in a second. I'm scrapbooking so slow here. I can't believe this is how slow I scrapbook when I'm actually scrapping. This looks really slow to me. Yes, I grabbed this robot. So the reason being is, again, it falls in line with that color tone. I tend to do this color tone when I'm scrapping boys for some reason. I don't know what it is that I'm so drawn to these colors and stuff, but it's where I go with it. So I'm gonna embrace it and just enjoy it. I am going to use this boys rule. I'm missing the B, so I'm gonna keep the R there and just find some foam B and an R to kind of highlight the first letter of the saying type thing. So it's almost got two titles there. I'm going with it. I'm trying to use up my supplies, and I am so close to being done with those stickers, so that'll be nice when I can get rid of those stickers. They've been in my stash for a very, very long time. And basically that does it. Really simple layout. It did take me a while because of the stitching and the backing of the cut file, but once that part was done, this layout flew together. I was able to myself do this all in one sitting, minus the gluing of it down. So pretty proud of that. Please make sure you head on over and check out Crystal and Christina's takes today. You know they're going to be amazing, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video. Here's a look at my finished layout. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!